Alright, so here's our kite, and we decided to go with a single line delta design on the kite. As you can see here, the fabric we used was this black, kind of really thin fabric. You can see how thin that is. And we decided to do that because it was really lightweight. We later began thinking, however, that it was too thin. So we went ahead and just found some masking tape and gave it a layer on the bottom to try and give it some more lift as the air hit it. It wouldn't just go straight through the fabric. Even though we did make it double layer, it was probably still going to be too thin. So we also give it a nice keel so we can control it from the ground, the red string here. Why we're getting that little diving action?
Yeah, it seems that the kite is just kind of diving down.
Every time we get up, we get a little bit of lift. It just wants to go back down. Fine. I'm gonna use something. We have to put a lot of weight on the bottom in order to give it some more lift. The air was just going through the fabric. And now, after having done that, we're not really getting any wind up. Alright, it's frustrating. See, we had a little gust and we got some lift, and then after that we can float a little bit, but that's all that we're getting today, our gusts.
Our kite's very dependent on a lot of wind.
Now run with it. Whoa!
So here's another trial, same kite. We're trying a longer tail this time. This one's almost 3 times as long. The width of all the tails is about 1 inch thick. This one's flying a little bit better actually. The tail might be
I'm feeling this
the
for you, Greg.
problem. So yeah, the tail is helping out a lot. So yeah, the tail is helping out a lot.
Well, here we are attempting a flight using 3 tails. The second 2 that we added on are a little bit shorter than our really long one and definitely not as wide. So far we have not been able to get any air, but that is in part due to the lack of any sort of wind. Here you can see a definite struggle, and yeah, nothing is happening. Any thoughts?
Seems like the 3 tails is not working, although there's next to no wind, so it's hard to tell. Oh, here we go. Here's a little bit. Not working as well as it was. Alright, so of the 3 tails that we did for our kite, the one that worked the best was the very long one that we attached in the middle. That was when we had the most stability for our kite. As far as flight goes as a whole though, our 2 biggest problems were how thin the fabric was. We tried to fix this with the tape that we talked about in the beginning. It fixed it a little bit, but as a result we needed a lot of wind to carry our kite. A little wind wasn't cutting it. And then another problem we had was the keel was very large. This kind of didn't help the whole balance of the kite where the string was attached. So that was another problem that we had, getting the kite to catch because of that. So overall the flight did not go very well, but with the second tail there were some good flights.